We're live. We're live. Hey. Hey everybody. Hey. What's up? So today is officially Thursday, June 25th. Oh, I just realized I don't have a drink up here. Shit. Well anyway, what's up? Uh good to see everybody. Been a week since the last stream, I guess. Damn ads. Oh, ads get you every time, I tell you. 30 seconds in. What's it an ad for? I am kind of curious. I don't know what kind of ads I end up with that you guys have to see. So, okay, hi. Okay, hi. Hello, Alana. Hi. Alana and Alex. Oh, I actually put your names in alphabetical order too. Look at me go. It's good to see everybody. We'll start in a few minutes here. My guests are casually late in the AA meeting. Yeah. Something like that. There was an entire group pressuring me to bully you. Oh, well. Look who it is. Old Sideburns here. What's up, buddy?
Yo, what's happening, folks?
Where are you right now? Which background is this? What filter is this on the
Uh, this is just one of the Mac backgrounds here. You know, see the mess that is my bedroom,
Yeah,
but I can
I
change
I
my
like
colors
it.
if you want.
Ooh. That one really makes your eyes pop, so don't do that one. I don't like that one.
I don't have a fancy background like you right now, unfortunately.
This is
Soon.
I have to figure out the like cropping here. I was messing around with like zooming the camera in a little bit.
Yeah.
I finally gave
Nice.
up. When it's wide like this, it's always gonna pick up this crap. So
Yeah, you do what you
yeah.
can with the space you got, right?
Amen to that. That's all we can
Mm-hmm.
do, literally. Hey buddy, how you doing?
I am good. How are you, man?
You I'm good. You streamed yesterday. I missed it. How did I
Oh
miss
God,
it?
yeah, dude. It was just a last minute threw it together. Also, hi Alana, hi Bethany. Um, Yeah, we are building at work some creator centric features, and we needed to be testing them. So this was, hey, stream our made up game.
Yeah.
Dan, how's that? Um, so yeah, I like literally streamed two with the category of our game called Zenith Heroes. It's not a real game, but just that way we could test like we're capturing live streams and VODs and
Right.
awarding you credit for that, and then there's a whole payout system associated with it that we're building out. So
What did you
yeah, it
say the
was
name of it
super
was?
impromptu. I don't know if I could say yet. I know that we're actually launching it. I think the first week of August.
Well,
Um,
I thought you just said Zenith Heroes or
oh, that's
something
the
like that.
game. That's the fake
Yeah,
game that we use for
that's the
demos and
fake game.
stuff.
It
Yeah.
sounds like a fake game. Like if you
Oh,
were to have a
yeah.
movie where they worked at a video game company, Zenith Heroes.
Yep.
so
Yeah. Oh, and it's sure
so
the art
fucking
we
made
have
up.
for it sure is
Oh,
as
that's hilarious.
AI generated as you could think. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean the company that I work for um started it. Well, we're in the gaming industry, but Pragma itself built like a back end for video game studios to use that handles a bunch of different things. So hey,
Hold on, I
there he
want to put up
is.
this big comment from my friend Connor just because it covers Chris's stupid face.
Hold
Just
on.
the eyes, yeah. That's great.
Yeah, he's
What's
got
up,
to
buddy?
climb over Connor's comment.
What up, y'all?
Shout out to Connor too, who has a metal detector and he goes around and finds all this cool like old shit in people's yards. He
Nice,
sent me a
nice.
bunch of information. I'll have to like post about it sometime, but yeah, good kid. It's good to see you, Connor.
That's cool.
It's good to see this guy too.
What up, y'all?
What's up,
What's
Yo,
up?
Mr. Chris Nowicki? Wiki.
Chris Wicks.
We were
We haven't been together, all three of us.
I know.
Like we're in our Discord, cool little chat group and everything,
Yeah.
but we haven't been together since render last year.
Oh my god, I
nope.
know. That's crazy.
Remember we had like a 15-minute call probably a year ago at least, and we're like we should do this more often, and we just never did.
That's true. I feel like the last
Life.
time we did do that though was when we were the three of us did a call and I was at the Bills stadium walking in. I feel like that I remember having both of you on the phone.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
remember what it was though.
No.
That's
was
right.
it? That's right.
I don't know.
I think you were just showing us what you were doing.
No, there was some
You were
sort of a
taking-
specific reason.
You were taking your
Well, yeah, I
your
was
son.
taking Jack to the red and
Yes.
blue game that they do there. It's like the team scrimmage that they do at the stadium. But there was a. When did you start your job, Ryan?
August of last year.
I think that's what
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. You know what? I think you're right.
I think that's
you're
what
right.
it was.
Yeah, and you're like, no matter what, I gotta call Ryan right now. So
Yeah, that's
I
right.
do appreciate that.
Yeah, we cheersed. I remember.
Yes, we did. That you're exactly
Yeah.
right. One of you or both of you sent me beer money. I ran out and got beer money. We cheersed while you were at the game.
Yeah. That's what it was. Mhm.
Yep.
Yep.
I would
damn,
just
good
like
memory,
to point
dude.
out that at my advanced age, pretty good memory.
Oh God, yeah.
Advanced age. Shut up. I'm the oldest one here. I'm your elder.
That's true.
Um,
Everybody send Danny Thompson
yes.
beer money.
Yes.
Um,
you know, people have that like buy me a coffee link on their sites.
Yes.
I think Danny needs a buy me a beer button.
Buy me a beer money.
I
Because
like
I would
that,
definitely
yeah.
buy him a beer.
His
My
beer
beer's
is
10 grand.
$10.
See, look, Danny just
Whatever.
Is that
He
beer
lives in an
being
upper
fermented
echelon.
in the rainforest of South
Yes.
America? Like, where's that beer
Yeah,
coming
it's
from?
filtered through bald eagle embryos or something.
Filtered
It's
through
wild.
sea salt from the Dead Sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Danny's currently dealing with some stomach problems, so I don't know if a beer is a great idea.
Oh, Danny.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Some Pepto-Bismol, Pepsid AC.
Yeah, some Tums for your tummy, maybe.
Mhm. Yeah.
The joys of getting older. You know, you eat something and you don't know what's going to trigger that IBS or acid reflux or whatnot. You know, so
Food
my
poisoning.
nightstand now has some Pepsid AC. I have some Mylanta. You know, you never know what I'm going to need in the middle of the night.
How do you decide
bought-
which one to
yep.
go with?
Sometimes I go with a cocktail of all three.
Just throw shit at the wall, see what sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is my crowd. Yeah.
Hey, isn't that what the drawer on the guy's side's for? There's all sorts of like scented lotions and stuff on the ladies' side, and then Tums.
The guy's side is Tums. I gotta say, I've bought more Tums in the last 2 years, and I'll be 35 in November, than I have ever before in my life. It's just like things are just happening. I guess things are changing.
I think we need to be sponsored at this as we get older, sponsored by all these things. We'd be like, here's what's really helping me. Actually, you know what's something funny? All right. Yeah, I know we're talking about weird medical stuff in the tech box, but look, something I've learned is that if I have beer, like if I'm going to a brewery, I like to go before 2 p.m. Okay. So like I'll go drink beer. Anything after 2 p.m., it has to be whiskey, gin, tequila, or something like that. And I won't have acid reflux at night. But if I have beer after 2 or 3 p.m., I'll have acid reflux. So I got to switch over to the hard stuff. Papa's juice.
Okay.
You know?
Well, I mean, problem solved. You figured it out. It's just you switch. What was my most recent affliction? I'm trying to think. Oh yeah. A couple weeks ago, I was reaching for something on a high shelf and just like did something to my back. That was it. I literally like went up and I felt it. I'm like, goo. That was it.
I'm not there yet. I'm thankfully not there yet.
Yeah, thank God.
It's all right.
man.
My day will come.
It comes for everybody. There's a couple things you can't outrun. Time's one of them. So
Did y'all ever watch New Girl?
no.
Yes.
Ryan
There's a
did, so he'll
scene-
get this.
There's a scene where Nick was trying to tell Jess he was, getting into shape. He's like, I could do burpees. This is what I've been doing. And he goes down to do a burpee. And as he goes down and he gets up, everything starts cracking. And he's like, Yep. I'm not going to do that again. Like, it's just,
Yeah, I feel
Yeah.
that pain.
Yep. The involuntary groans that you make just getting up now. I'm like, oh, I didn't do that. And then I think
Yeah.
like it's just a pattern of habit. Like you hear other people do it, so then you start doing it. But yeah.
It could be. So how does AI help you keep track of how many Tums you've used? How does AI these days help you in your like bedtime routine?
I tell
I
Claude
have
good night.
I have Claude read me a bedtime story.
That'd be pretty wild. Do
It
you
could
think there's
generate
somebody
you a
out there
new
that
one.
does
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Yeah. There's got to be
I
someone out there
emulate.
that does that.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
maybe. Now, you can use AI to do a lot of stuff with health. Like, give me a workout plan, give me a 3-day split, give me, hey, I'm having issues with IBS. What can help me out with this, or acid reflux? But I don't use it to count all this stuff. I just kind of I'm eating Tums like M&Ms now, man. So
Yeah,
I just
yeah,
don't
I
track
exactly.
don't
it.
feel like that's good though. Maybe
No,
you
it's
should
definitely
ask
not.
Claude, like, "Hey, is this a good
No,
sign
I
if
don't
I'm
want to
just
know.
talking
I
to
don't want to
I
know.
it does say on the label, doesn't it? Like not to take it for more than X amount of days in a row. I'm pretty sure that's a thing.
Oh yeah, for sure. I totally.
Yeah.
And also, Roxy, 1000%. Jason is
Oh
Nick
God, yeah.
Barbie. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
I
one's
w-
Nick? I actually
You're
thought
Nick.
she meant Nick Taylor, and I was like,
No,
Oh
"Are you
yeah.
streaming
no.
right now?"
No, you would 100% be Nick though. Yeah, that's for sure.
I have to look
I don't
this
think I
up.
mind being Schmidt at all. I like Schmidt.
So that means I'm Winston.
I'm guessing that's the black guy.
No, that's Winston.
That's what I said.
Oh.
Hey,
Oh
Josh.
yeah,
Here.
yeah.
Nice, nice.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Maybe you guys can help me out here and tell me who these people are. Because again, I've never seen this show. How do I make this? Can we all be up here? Oh yeah, look at that.
There we go.
Okay,
Oh my
so
gosh. Yes.
gonna go out on a limb and say this first one's Winston.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's Winston.
Yep.
Okay.
Nick.
That's Nick.
That's Nick.
Yep.
And that's
That's-
Zoe. That's
okay.
she's Jess.
That's
So
Jess.
Schmidt is a character in itself.
That's
Oh, yep.
Cece, the girl that he pursues and ends up marrying in the show.
Eventually. Spoiler alert on an old
At
show.
this point, if you don't know, just
Aw.
yeah. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, there's a pretty solid chance I was never gonna watch that anyway. So
And there's a pretty
Now-
solid chance that you won't.
All right, I'm gonna put a real hot take out here. Maybe not so much of a hot take for those of you that have seen it. I think the seasons, without Jess, were better than the rest of the
she
show.
wasn't even on the show, wasn't she?
There
the
was a
main
season where
character?
she was barely there.
She was pregnant, if I remember correctly, and so she dropped out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and then the Wayans brothers later.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I
So anyways,
see a
AI.
picture of him mentioned. Yeah.
AI and
So I've been having and we'll get into like I do want to talk about your conference talk a little bit, Chris, because I am kind of curious about that. But I've been talking more and more to people in like film and art and like media recently, and just asking them the question too, like where where does AI fit into their workflows? And I think it just brings up a larger conversation that we're in such a bubble on social media of how AI intersects with us that like most people have no fucking clue what we talk about on a day-to-day basis because it doesn't affect anybody outside of that. So have you guys also seen that in other areas?
I think I've seen it where, I talk about how I use AI, just at my day-to-day job. I have a couple friends here in town. One of them does all of the data centers for Google, and all that. So we talk about all this stuff all the time. But I think for those of us that are in it, in the developer world, it's just become a natural part of our lives. But there's this whole nother group of people who are oddly afraid of it. Like they're like, I don't want to touch AI. I don't want to do it. Like authors, the whole writing world and author world, they don't, they're totally against AI. And then you start to see what's happening in the music industry. I just saw, in fact, a video today of someone posting that this AI model, this independent company, whatever, they trained on all of her YouTube videos and music, and then a distributor distributed them as their own music to their platforms. And then they copyrighted her channel to where she's no longer getting revenue from her own songs because they reposted it. And
that's disgusting.
And so there's this side of it where like my wife was talking to me about this today, and she's like, man, like all I hear from you is positive, 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 positive. And then you see all this stuff come up and you're like, there is a little side to this that's a little scary in the entertainment industry outside of the developer world. And I know in our world, it's a little bit like on edge, like, is it taking our jobs or not? And blah, blah, blah. But it's an interesting like I haven't stepped outside of my bubble to really see that this is affecting people in so many different ways across so many different domains, you know.
Yeah. We were having a chat in Slack, me and some of the other developer advocates here at JetBrains. Shout out to JetBrains, by the way. And Matt Ellis, and if you do happen to listen to this, shout out to Matt, great developer advocate. He said it's funny how normalized all of this criticism of AI is. And somebody else had said, you mean not how normalized? And then he said, no, normalized. So much content is about how AI doesn't quite deliver, and it's a mainstream opinion. But I feel like that, reflecting on that, like it's either fear mongering or it's not doing, like it's just complete polar opposites. Like, where is the consensus of people in the middle? That what are you watching?
I was trying to log into Twitch, and
but you don't hear a lot about that. It's always extremes.
Well, that is like, you know, the news and social media feeds these days, and certainly like things in the US, right? Like everything is to the extreme. It doesn't matter what you're talking about or looking at. But I do think that there is, I don't think it's bad for people to be afraid of what they don't know. That's very common, right? And B, we are in such a bubble that I think there's more people than not that don't use AI daily that don't like it or don't like the idea of it or don't want it. You know, let's just say like the normies, for lack of a better term, the non-devs maybe, or the people that aren't using it are like, why is this being shoved down our throat in everything we do? You know, I mean, we could talk about the Google just making it so that way you don't actually navigate to web pages now for results. And one could argue, well, that's a better user experience. But on the other hand, these people for years that have been building up their blogs or whatever they're doing now have to change how they're doing things, and their website doesn't actually hits anymore or something like that. So like everything else, it depends, right? That's the famous answer.
Sure.
Unfortunately,
it is famous. Fear gets the clicks. If AI can't one shot something, then it my camera's like right in the middle of my screen, so I have to read around it. It's criticizing because it was made consumer product for the average to comment on the technical. Yeah, I think, again, it just also speaks to how certain people want to leverage it for kind of their own agenda too. Like, obviously, if a business is building an AI product that's supposed to work in production and like essentially take the jobs, of course there's gonna be that pitch around that. But I mean, like, my wife uses ChatGPT. Like, she doesn't have the same concerns that we do. Like, so many people around us, and like the general, like, we're 1%, less than 1% of the population. So it's interesting to see how it affects like all these other industries as well. That being said, since we're kind of segueing now into the docs, which, you know, just writing in general or facilitating that for a specific industry is something that obviously, again, can be done by AI. So how is that working? Like, what's your take on that, Chris?
I mean, this is where I'm living right now. I mean, as a you know, I maintain our documentation platforms and agentic tools, I guess, for those platforms for commerce for all three of our product lines. And you know, you see this in the industry. A lot of the companies are actually stopping. They're not using developer technical writers. There used to be a whole niche of developer technical writers. Okay. And that niche is going away. Like Cloudflare just had, you know, their layoffs a while back, and their entire content writing team, their developer writers were let go. Amazon has let go, gosh, over 10,000. Don't quote me on numbers, but somewhere around there, right? 1 million writers. But the point is, we're getting to a point where, in my opinion, docs used to be an afterthought. Engineers never liked writing docs. Even when Ryan and I were on Gridiron Survivor, you know, it was like, you know, documenting the stuff that we're working on and stuff like that. Like it's an afterthought. And if people can't use the tools, right? Well, before you could kind of fake it a little bit. You could go in there, write some stuff. It's not going to surface as much. Now it's changing completely. So now you have a problem. You have developers who don't want to write documentation. You have PMs who are becoming responsible for writing documentation that their engineers are implementing whatever product they're managing. But now you have an influx in LLMs looking at documentation. So for example, I did a look on one of our documentation sites. In the last 30 days, I've had over 250,000 visits from LLMs. So it's like
I
requests.
was wondering about that.
Yeah. And that's a specific category that I can see in our back end of like, here's everything, not unique visitors from a human, but actual agentic visits. So now what does that mean? The rise in agents visiting our platforms and the viewers is going down a little bit because now people are accessing, I can see, is it through MCP? Is it through a cloud connector, right? So that changes how, one, we need to think about docs as a product. I am technically also a product manager of our documentation, not the technical accuracy, but the findability, the usability. Can AI actually use that? So how we write them is changing, how we consume them is changing, paired with now, how do we help people write them? So agentic tooling, orchestrators, where I developed a whole agent orchestration team where through natural language or slash commands, they can go into Claude Code, Cursor, Open Code, whatever your tool is, and say, hey, I need to write this new documentation. And it goes through a bunch of sub agents using different models, pulls up what they need to do, and can write it for you in a way where it doesn't one-shot it, kind of like what Danny said earlier, it doesn't one-shot it, it's crap, but it gets it to the point where rather than spending an hour pulling all of your information, you point the agent to your PR saying, I need to create a guide for this PR, and it can do it. That's nuts, right? And then it's just human in the loop reviewing it and creating some style guides and stuff like that along the way. But that's kind of the ecosystem that we're moving to, is writing so that LLMs can surface it, and what they provide to people is accurate, because the LLMs are going to provide exactly what is in your documentation. And that's what I mean by you can't hide bad documentation anymore, because people are going to use it. The LLM's going to give them something. They're not going to be able to get what they used, and people are not going to want to use your product because they don't want to sit there and read through everything anymore.
Yeah. To me, the worst thing AI can do is it's not about it failing, but that it succeeds at giving brilliantly formatted responses that completely miss the mark. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it definitely happens. You bring up an interesting point, because in the three of us have talked about this in our chat too, as far as like documentation for now, as MCP and ACP and all these LLMs are starting to access these docs and these programs and products themselves. Like, how does the formatting of that, now the documentation you're writing for the AI, differ from the stuff that you would write for the people that were accessing it? Like UI UX wise, like what is that? Like, I'm envisioning this just not formatted well pieces of like information, because it doesn't need to be, because it's not being seen by human eyes. So do you essentially have to like write two separate forms of documentation?
No, it's
maybe that's a stupid question, but
it's not a stupid question, and it's Markdown. I mean, the files that I write are Markdown files.
Okay.
There's two key pieces here. One is it's not flow. It's not. We used to write documentation with, here's this guide and here's all the things, and you write this whole fluff piece of why, almost like a marketing piece of why you should use this guide, where it should just be here's what this guide does, here's what it's going to achieve for you, here's how you do it. Step one, maybe a code block of what that is with some tabs, whatever, and go on down. LLMs can read that perfectly fine. And then you have a surface standpoint, like in MCP or in AI searches, depending on the platform that your documentation sends on. What I mean by that is, are you on Mitlify? Are you on Fern? Are you using a self-hosted instance? Whatever it is. But like, I'm learning that depending on how the platform you're on parses that information for the AI tools to search, you need to have good keywords in the front matter. So in our docs, it's a description of what this page is doing. And if you don't have that in there, that's one little piece of context that is not available to the LLM. So when they're searching your site and they're searching through MCP and they're looking, someone's saying, I need to develop this specific thing. And if you have a page about that specific thing, it's going to target that better if it's in the description and you have some really specific keywords to kind of point it in that direction. So front
This
matter,
sort of like
yeah.
it touches on what I talked about, like where Google is replacing the search results with its own agentic summarization or picking of things, right? Like now you've heard of SEO for years. Now there's AEO, right? Agentic engine optimization, I guess. And that is how you can find out, is what you're putting on the web indexable or findable by agents or LLMs? Are they picking up on what you're putting down? And it is something that you need to worry about now. I think, Chris, you did say something before that I wanted to touch on. You said how docs were sort of like almost like a marketing thing where you would try to compel people as to why you should use this guide or that or whatever. I don't know I don't think docs probably started out as that, and I dare say without knowing, so someone could correct me if I'm wrong, but it was likely an evolution from higher ups trying to say, we want you to try to entice people in to use our product more, so we need our docs to change. Where docs went from being a self-serve way for me to learn how to use your product to be selling me on your product more, and then being a self-serve thing second. So I think it's a good change now, though, because now the docs may be more human readable and obviously readable to agents.
You're not wrong. I mean, it all depends on who is responsible for writing docs in the organization. If it's the DevX team, a lot of times DevX teams sit inside of marketing as their umbrella organization within a company. And so that's where I think, right or wrong, whatever, that's where I think that kind of morphed over the years, where a lot of these marketing were like, hey, we can use our docs to market this stuff because humans are going in and reading this,
We're getting spam. I gotta block this bot.
Gotta report this guy.
Yeah, gotta report that guy. No, that's. I mean, you kind of gave us a little free sample of what you are going to be talking about at Commit Your Code, correct?
That is correct. That's pretty much going to be my talk on viewing it as a product, and I'm really going to talk through like lessons learned from what my experience has been as our company has changed and morphed. I've turned into a one-man doc team, and migrated so many sites, so much documentation. And I've learned a lot from this process, from really, and my mentorship inside of my company have really pushing me to view it as a product mindset, just like any other application that our company is building. Docs is a product. And so if you view it like that, you can kind of adjust how we write it for LLMs, how we write it for people, make sure it's consumable, and it does what it's supposed to do, get you to be able to do something without all the fluff.
Two-part question here. Part one, how many people were on the team when you started? Like, just to kind of see what that evolution of that department was. And the second part of that question is that neon light James's old one? Did he give that to you when he left?
So the team, I mean, when I joined the team, it was there was a whole department. There was an education department that handled everything from we have trainers that train developers. We had developer courses, and then we have people that train people how to use our platform. So Commerce is a e-commerce, B2C, B2B e-commerce platform. So the team, when we went through some organizational restructuring, my entire team was dissolved across the company. So it's not like everyone was let go and fired. It's, a lot of people went to different areas. Me, and at the time, James got moved into the product department. So I now sit in product. And that's just why I'm now a product manager, also DevX engineer, doing videos, kind of like the all-in-one band thing. I don't know what a man band. I'm thinking about the guy who plays
one-man band.
One-man band. Yeah.
There you go. Yep.
We made it. Band.
Not a boy band, although I think the three of us could be a pretty cool
hell yeah.
boy band skit.
Yes.
So yeah, I mean, it went from like a team of 10 to just me.
Wow.
One. Two, yes, this behind me was sitting in James's office, and so we had our Commerce Live, which is our yearly big Apple WWDC event type thing, where we announce all the things we're focusing on as a company, from agentic commerce and stuff like that. And so they announced the new documentation platforms there, and I had to put together a video for it. And they're having me start to make more tutorials and videos on top of the other things we're doing. So they wanted this.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So it went from James back to the office in Atlanta, and then I went down to Atlanta and picked it up and back to me. But
nice.
I mean, it's kind of handing the torch over as you will.
Yeah, you
It's
passed
the sisterhood
the
of the
torch. I
traveling
love
pants,
that.
right? Yeah.
That's right. No, it's interesting to see the transition, again, as these AI tools are being incorporated and people are getting, orgs are being restructured around it, if you will. You are doing now what 10 people were doing 2 years ago with the help of AI.
And I'm not stressed about it. I mean, I'm really like, I'm not sitting here now. I had 6 weeks to migrate 3 documentation platforms. That was stressful. I would have not been able to do that without AI for sure. Like that just would not have been able to get done. But it's kind of adjusted, like just how I think about everything involving code, not just documentation, but coding and just and I know all the conferences are talking about it. Every stream is talking about that. All the podcasts are talking about AI. But really, I mean, I think about what I accomplished in 6 weeks. And my management, I mean, they have faith in me, but they're like, this is a big ask. Let's see, and the fact that we were able to deliver a V1 in time for our big yearly event where our investors were there and stuff like that. And they got to see it and love it. And it got a lot of, it's exciting. I think it's an exciting time to live in if you're not embracing it, to embrace it more. I look at it like this. What are my friction points and how can AI solve that? What are some things I'm doing on a daily basis that are monotonous that I could better be spending time doing something else? And then I have AI go and do that.
Of course.
Actually, I wanted to touch on that real quick because, Chris, you've been in the field a little bit longer than, probably like a year and a half longer than me. Jason, you were at Torque prior, still obviously in like the tech field, and everything. But like, how do you feel from our time in Gridiron Survivor to getting your first job to now, like, things have changed for you? Because for me, it's been immense personally.
I don't know who I am anymore.
That's fair.
Yeah.
The LLM, Chris Nowicki AI.
I was in Austin a couple weeks ago for a work trip down there, and I met up with Shashi, and we had me, Shashi, and Brad Garapi had dinner together. And I asked Shashi, like, hey, how has Gridiron Survivor changed now? Like, since we were in it when we were just hand coding everything and everything we did, where's your test and where's your thing? Now they're not really coding that much. They're using, it's now like using AI to create the things that they're creating, more than just handwriting code. And so, I mean, and I think even back to before that in 2022, when I decided to start switching my career, I went to a coding boot camp before, and I got certified in the MERN stack and Python and MongoDB and all that fun stuff. There was that's just when autocomplete, AI autocomplete was coming out, and then to how where we're at now, like I'm thankful that I jumped in when I did compared to now, to be honest.
That's wild. That's just thinking about that, like what you just said. I mean, that was, when the hell was that
too, Jason?
I know.
That was 2023.
Yeah, I mean, like, remember when Cursor, like you said, tab and autocomplete came out, right? Like that was the first big thing, I think, that like really took off for it, and it was like, oh, this is huge, and it kind of sucked at first, right? And then it gradually could start trusting it more and more, and just how far we've come. And I mean, I think we probably talked about it, but I can't believe since August of last year when I started this job, how quickly things have changed and how much I've had to learn to get more comfortable with using AI tools and stuff like that. It's been
I wanted to ask you that as well. Like, how are you guys implementing it over there? Like, where is your like touch points day to day, and like what are they cool with? Like, has there been any pushback on certain things too? Like, walk us through all that, because I'm also curious how different orgs adopt different products into what they're doing, because some people do like no, but then other people are like, yeah, let it do everything. So
our docs are pretty slim. It's like feature announcements and like short bursts of that. I just wrote my first one for a release, and it was like, super simple, right? But we're definitely heavily encouraged to use AI. There is team wide cursor enterprise account. We use BugBot in our code reviews right now. I use Cloud Code daily. I'm on the 5x max plan, so like the $100 a month or whatever. And now we have non-developers that are also able to contribute things like CSMs, or even the CEO or the marketing team is now able to help write things for the marketing site, whether it's blogs. I think for me, it's been immense the fact that A, it's supported, right? B, I've had to like learn how to work with different tools and things like that. But it's definitely sped me up on things that I don't know. You both know I'm pure front end, very much in the design
Yeah.
engineering side of things. But I've been able to like make some Rust contributions to our API thanks to AI.
That's awesome.
To our back end Rust API thanks to AI. Yeah. Now, of course, it gets reviewed by humans, right? Like that's one thing that we're very stringent on. And in fact, one of the co-founders is like he literally reviews I think every single API PR.
Wow.
Just yeah, he's like a gatekeeper, and I think that's really important. Just like I try to be as much of a gatekeeper of the front end thing as I can. So, it has been revolutionary though in how I work daily. It's kind of a like Chris said, I'm glad I got into the field when I did because it was difficult when I got into it, and I cannot imagine getting your first job now.
Human in the loop, I think, is always still going to have such a priority,
Always.
um,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. I like that you had brought up you were glad that you got in when you did, because I think I just asked somebody about that the other day too. It's like, what what does the tech industry as far as like jobs and like what the products look like and what tooling looks like in comparison to 10 years ago or 5 years ago? I mean, everything moves so fast. It's it's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, you can see from people that people you talk to daily or whatever in different discords, like some companies just don't care to use it whatsoever, and some are
Mhm.
just like supporting it, like Chris's mine. I'm sure Jason at JetBrains, like you're
Mhm.
also supported. They're
Oh
supporting it and
yeah.
trying to expand more into it in their products as well. Um, but I think there's still really strong value in like knowing what we're doing. I might take a slightly slower approach to building things. Personally, I will work with Claude Code to build something out, and then I review everything that it does before I even commit it because I want to understand what it's doing, be able to talk to it if I need to, and learn and absorb, especially if it's something that I'm not so familiar with.
I like Danny's comment here, and then we'll
Yeah.
get to you, Chris. Just addressing the jobs thing again. This gets back to that whole sort of fear mongering thing. Like, yeah, there are layoffs and there are restructurings at organizations, but at the same time, like, there's thousands and thousands of open roles, and a lot of them do involve AI. So, you know,
I I think it's because of I don't think it's a doubt that people can't. So I want to rephrase that. I don't think it's a
Same.
doubt that people
Yeah.
can't. I think it's a mindset of when we were breaking into tech at the time that we did, there wasn't all of this AI stuff, right? Now it's a whole nother layer for people to think of. But I love what Danny is doing with his cohorts. I mean, there's so much success stories out of what's happening with how Danny's mentoring a lot of those folks in his cohorts and the stuff he has going down in Dallas. I mean, I think that's huge. That what people are still hiring, so that's encouraging. And yeah, I think interviewing and failing at those interviews is only going to make you stronger for other interviews itself. But I think it's a mindset for me. Like I can't think about. I mean, maybe that's where you got to have Danny on sometime, Jason, to like talk through like how he sees that changing from people applying from jobs before this till now.
yeah.
Um, I don't know. I mean, it's a yeah.
Well, the priorities and the focuses have drastically changed. I think. What?
Oh wow, wow.
Man, first he plays victim for being unjustly banned in the LTT Discord. A
Jeez.
playful ban, not a real ban, for anyone that doesn't know.
Jeez. Somebody's laying it on pretty. I think the food poisoning made him a little loopy today, guys.
I think he just misses us and is excited for the three of us to be at CYC.
Right? I wait. Oh yeah, you are going. That's going to
Hell
be
yeah.
a wild wild couple days.
Yeah, it is. That's for
No
sure.
beer money, no invites. He's just
One
excluded.
one thing,
Oh,
Ryan,
dang.
that I think is cool from what some of our conversations that we've had is that I think AI has enabled you to do more. Like you never knew Rust. We
Mm,
were working in
yeah.
Next.js. We
Yeah.
were working
Yep.
JavaScript,
Yep.
TypeScript. And so
Yep.
now here you are, you're able to jump into a Rust code base. Yeah, you're not an expert in it, but look, you know the foundations, you know data structures, you know how everything works, you know, CI/CD pipelines, all that fun stuff. So you could dive into Rust and go, okay, I get the basic concept of what a Rust function is. I know that's great, man. How cool is that? So now it's
It
enabled you
is.
to do even more on top of what you already know. I think it's awesome.
Yeah, and I mean, you both know from our time working together at in Gridiron, like I struggle with the functional side of JavaScript and just interact like not visual interactions, but API calls, for example. Like that's something that
Mm,
just didn't click from my brain. Guess what? I feel way more comfortable now, not just because AI can do it for me, but like because I've then been able to learn how to do it, right? And that's again what I keep coming back to for
Yeah.
juniors and people learning. Like you cannot just leave it to do it for you and not understand things because dude, I just yesterday, like it was a simple ask and I had to have a few back and forths with Claude because it did something in a stupid way. I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you doing it like this? Yeah, I mean, it's definitely been. I think someone else in chat said it as well. Like, it's enabling them to do the things that they maybe don't have the time for.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm able to make entire products I want to make now with AI that I would not have the motivation or the time for to do so. I'm pretty happy about it,
Mhm.
and that's really telling what we see on Twitter, right?
Oh yeah. No, that's huge. I mean, with the new compiler for TypeScript being written in Go, that's also again, it's like, what? I never would have had anything to do with that, but because my focus and ecosystem now is TypeScript and JavaScript, like, okay, well now Go's on my radar because I have to be looking at like benchmarks for the new compiler tools and stuff like that. So but without AI and like helping me provide me with resources or even just on the fly, like pulling up documentation from the RC from Microsoft, like bam, right there. Like it, even if it's not doing the work for you, it can help you do the work faster and more efficiently, which is what I'm seeing, and that's been super helpful for me. Card captor cadence. Learned all those things. A weird, deep, but barely look at intuition about CUDA and metal. It's yeah. I mean, it's like you're jacking into the matrix. It's a cheat code, but it only works if you use it the right way. Ryan, you touched on it. Chris, you touched on it too. Like having humans in the loop and still understanding what the tooling is doing is really important. Matt, it's about the same thing it's always about. It's the show about nothing. It's a Seinfeld callback. I know there's enough old people in here to get that.
I could never get into Seinfeld. Sorry.
Believe it or not, George isn't at home. Please leave a
I had to get rid of him
message.
because he said that. I'm just fucking with it.
I was about to
demoted.
leave.
You've been
That was
demoted.
fair.
He's been demoted.
Ah, son of a beach.
I'll be honest. I don't feel like I appreciated Seinfeld when it was on. I watched it. I found it funny. But now that I'm older and like get a lot more of it, like I see the humor. Plus, watching Curb Your Enthusiasm, then rewatching Seinfeld and seeing like all of that together was great. I love rewatching like Curb clips. Like Larry David is just wild. Crub is goated as well. I haven't seen it, but I'll check it out. Oh, Curb. Good, Matt. What is everybody watching these days? What are you guys watching these days?
Oof.
Oh, I just got done watching on Netflix. I Will Find You.
Oh, no spoilers. I have one episode left.
I don't even think I've heard of this.
It is so good.
Okay. So let me give you some context. Harlan Coben, author, best-selling author, writes absolute dog shit stories. These are like Hallmark Christmas movies, but thrillers. Have you watched it? Have you watched any of the other ones, Chris?
No.
No.
But now I want to because that's dead on.
Dude. Yeah. No. Like there's a couple of them you'll watch and you're like, what the fuck? This makes zero sense, which again is here. But this one's actually one of the better ones. They're also he's an American author. Almost every single one has been filmed in Britain with all sorts of like English actors and stuff. This one's done in the States though, which I was thankful for. But anyway, it's that. It's that. Like you're watching Hallmark Mystery. That's what I compare it to. But it's good. Like again, Chris, you just finished it. It only came out last week. So you clearly were into it.
Well, I was I had a weird like 24-hour bug on Monday, so I called out, and so I'm like, all right, what
Did
am I
you
gonna
give
do
it to
today?
Danny? Guys gotta stop smooching, bro.
Well, yes, I flew all the way to Dallas, coughed,
and then
flew all
walked
the way
out.
back. No, so I turned that on
Oh, now you
anyway.
give it to Jason?
Anyways, now Jason's
Yeah,
gonna say,
now I
but yeah,
got that.
no, it's great. I mean, basically, no spoilers. The theme of the story is this dude's in prison for 5 years for killing his kiddo, and he finds out that his kid may or may not be still alive, and he obviously didn't kill the kid. So it's all about this: like, is the kid alive? Is the kid not alive? If the kid is alive, who's framing it? Like, what is going on? It's cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm into it.
It's
Now,
definitely worth the watch.
Now, here's another one that I really like, just a plug out there that we're waiting for the next season. But if you've ever seen, I forgot which platform, but CB Strike. It's a British crime, like investigative detective show. It's really, really, really good.
I haven't seen that.
Nice.
What about
Funny
you,
note.
Ryan? What are you watching? Oh, funny note.
Funny note, it's the ghost right. So it's written by an author, and the actual author is J.K. Rowling.
No way.
CB Strikes. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Yeah, it's really, she writes it. She's like the ghost writer. I don't know what they call him for that, but it's she's still writing the series, so there's going to be more and more. But I think there's right now 4 or 5 seasons. It's really good.
Wow. All
Nice.
right, I'll check it out. I'll look into it. I've
Add
never
it to
really
the
liked
list.
the British stuff, but we'll see.
Ah.
What about you, Ryan? What do you got going on?
Well, I guess it's down the British stuff. I'm watching season 21 of Taskmaster. I watched the first episode the other night. I'm a little bit behind. But if you don't know what Taskmaster is, it's essentially like, I think the episodes are like 45 minutes longish, and it's like a game show with 4 to 5 contestants that are typically like comedians, and only in the recent series have they started introducing American people. Jason Sudeikis was, I think, the first American they had on there, and of course he is a chaotic gremlin that I absolutely love watching. So, and if you're not into like British humor, it could be, maybe not your thing, but yeah, I really enjoy it since my brother started. He basically made me watch one, and I was like, oh, this is great. So watching that, I have a massive backlog to continue getting through, including a bunch of anime stuff. But most recently, I finished the penultimate season of The Boys. I was sick for a few days, and so I binge watched that.
Chris has thoughts on that. I see the gears turning. I'll be honest. I stopped watching it midway through the second season. I couldn't get into it.
That's me. I was gonna say I probably season 1. I just was like, Now,
so go ahead.
Have you seen The Burrows?
No.
Oh, yes, I watched that.
Okay, so you want to hear something crazy? They canceled it.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And you know why?
Sucks.
It was like 97% Rotten Tomatoes, but when you dive on into it, the viewership was people our age.
I was going to say
old farts.
It was me and you.
Pretty much, me and you were the only people watching. But The Burrows is another really good one. The directors, they didn't write it, but the directors are the same. What's their names? The
Duffer Brothers.
The Duffer Brothers.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, that's
I don't know. I feel like I have this like sunk cost fallacy right now with The Boys, where season 4 really didn't do a whole lot for me, but I just want to see how it ends. So I'm gonna put myself through.
I can appreciate that out of principle, like watching something in its entirety. I was off of it for so long at that point. Yeah, The Burrows was good. I haven't seen Dutton Ranch yet. We did watch Yellowstone. Me and my middle daughter, who's into like scary movies and like mystery stuff, we watched all the Knives Out movies, and then
those are good.
Yeah, I liked all those, and then we finished all 5 seasons of Only Murderers in the Building, which
Oh, we
is
love
on
that show.
Hulu.
Fantastic show.
It
Yeah.
was so
Love
good,
it.
but
hmm
sucks because now we're done
You're
because
waiting. Yeah.
they're currently filming the 6th season. So we started watching Scream 7 last night.
Oh,
That's
that's like saying you just watched Fast and the Furious 14.
yeah, really.
That and the first Fast and the Furious came out in 2001. The original Scream came out in 96 or 97. Like, holy crap! And they're still making them.
Why do you have to do this to me? Why did you tell me that came out in 2001?
Because it doesn't do anything to you. It makes us way older.
Dude, I feel old too. Are you kidding me? My God. God, bring me back to that.
You still have hair, Ryan. You still have hair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, I hope it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, were you even born yet? Not when Scream came out.
Not when what came out? Scream? No, I
Scream.
was born in 91.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. This one though, just man, within the first 5 minutes, I'm like, oh man, I'm already anxious. Like it's jump scares and suspense, but it has like a 34 on Rotten Tomatoes. So like I knew it wasn't going to be good, but the jump scares are there. So if you guys haven't seen it yet and you like that kind of crap, I would check it out.
We decided because we
The
for some
late
reason
1900s.
we've really liked British crime stuff. I just think it's really good. So we just signed up for BritBox.
Oh my god!
I did not know that was a thing.
I have to mute and yell to my. We have this kind of running jokes. My dad loved BritBox, but he had accidentally subscribed to it under our Amazon account, and I was paying for it for like years. Never fucking watch it. Well, dude, you would love all the other Harlan Coben series.
Are they on there? Yeah, they are on there.
On there. Yeah. There's like 7 or 8 of them. They're all British. Which again was odd to me because he's American. So
Chris, have you watched Broadchurch with David Tennant? It's from like 2013.
I have not.
It is. It's phenomenal. I think it was.
Are there any broads or a church?
You're a broad for a church. I'm gonna drive up to see you in a church. No, it's obviously a fictional show, but David Tennant is like definitely one of my favorite actors, and he plays a detective inspector is responsible for investigating the death of a young boy in a small town, and it kind of just peels back a bunch of these layers and stuff. And I think it was 2 seasons long. They did make an English adaptation, or I should say American adaptation that apparently was retelling the same story, but I think it took place at the Carolinas, and I just had no interest in rewatching the same show in probably a worse manner, so I stuck with the UK version.
There was a show a few years ago. I can't think of what the name of it was, though, at this point. It had Jason Bateman in it, and I think it was an adaptation of a Stephen King book or short.
You're not talking about the Blind Rabbit, or you're not talking about that one that he did with Jude
No,
Law.
that was on Netflix. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
No,
very
this
sad
one
ending,
was
but good.
Very. This was a few years ago. Something kind of paranormally. It's a thriller. Let me look. Hold on. Let's look.
This sounds interesting. Ozarks was pretty good. I didn't watch all of it, but I was impressed with it.
Yeah, we liked Ozark.
Yeah,
Jason Bateman's also an actor that I do like. Yeah, I didn't watch The Hogan Family though.
Have you? You know that he's the executive producer of a survival show on Netflix called Outside Survival? What's the name of it?
You're the one that brought it up, dude.
Yeah, I thought
we're not ChatGPT. Oh, actually, that reminds me. I wanted to bring up before one of you mentioned to other people.
Outlast. So it's like Survivor, but in teams. It's pretty diabolical.
Well, Danny, I am logged into YouTube on StreamYard, so therefore everyone sees the chat.
The guy from the Hogan Family. No, Ozark was a fun show. I haven't seen Fargo. I saw the movie. I never got into the show. It was called The Outsider. That's what it is. And yes, it was a Stephen King novel that they adapted into a TV thing. I'm looking for a plot, just a simple plot here. says production, recurring, nothing.
There's an investigation of of a murder of a young boy by a cop.
Yes. When an insidious
King stuff.
supernatural force edges its way into the case. Yes. It's pretty dark, but it's definitely like very thriller too. You're like,
I mean,
oh
I'm
God,
into
every
it.
episode.
I feel like I've been scarred with adoptions of Stephen King stuff. Like, I think it was Under the Dome that was it got canceled before they finished it, I think.
Mm.
And it was just such a letdown. Whereas the book was amazing.
I think that's hard sometimes, like translating certain source material. I mean, we talked about this already. The Dungeon Crawler Carl series that got greenlit. Like, that's gonna fucking piss me off.
Yeah,
I do have to read it. It's I think it's going to be my next book purchase is the first one.
Yeah, my mug
so
is
good.
outside right now. I have to go get it so I can use it for my afternoon coffee. But
yes.
yeah, I again, like when you read a book and you see all the nuance and the details, and then look at it from a different IP or like a different medium, like I was like, how are they going to do this in movies? Like, it'd be so many like so much CGI, like we're not going to like it. Like, real fans aren't going to like it, and they're not going to include enough to make it where the real fans are going to. They never make it for the actual audience, you know. So
yes, yeah, that's the unfortunate part.
Yeah,
Shrinking is hilarious.
I haven't seen that
great.
yet.
I'm behind. It's a great show. I'm behind though.
Did you guys watch? Because that's on Apple TV, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch the show Loot with Maya Rudolph?
No.
Where she plays.
Oh, I saw some of it. It was great.
Yeah, super fun show. That's a good one.
Yeah, I also just like Maya Rudolph, you know.
Yeah, my wife's a therapist, and so we love Shrinking because it's just so real to some of the stuff she has.
Well, that's why. Yeah, I mean, that's why my ex-wife and I started watching it, was because she's a therapist, and I still got to watch it. Danny, come on, bro wants beer money, and that's gonna do us like that. I know. He's feeling bad, you know.
Danny, I will purchase you a beer of your choice, under a retail value of $11. Can be draft or bottle or can, whatever you choose. When I come down to CYC, I also owe Lawrence one as well, so I got you.
Now, I think I owe you a beer, Jason, so therefore I can use what I owe you to owe to Danny for you if you need to.
No, you can give me a beer. That's Danny's not getting my goddamn beer. I owe Matt many beers. I hope Matt does make it to Commit Your Code. That would be fantastic, because we've known each other for a couple of years now online and never met IRL. So that would be awesome. Yeah, Matt's a good dude. Guys, we hit the hour. You got any closing thoughts? What are you guys doing the rest of the week? What's the rest of your week look like?
I'm getting ready to head out on vacation next week. So we're headed out to California. Nice. We're going to be in LA and South Orange County. Visit my sister out there for July 4th. So we'll spend July 4th weekend at Huntington Beach. We're going to, I got Leah and I VIP passes to Hollywood Studios. Whoa, so we get a private tour of the back lot, and we get to get out onto the set of like War of the Worlds and The Good Place and stuff like that. So really
that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. And just gonna be spend the rest of the time at the beach with my my sister and her boyfriend and his family. So it'll be fun.
You're before 2 p.m. beers. Remember, it's 2 p.m. West Coast. What is that, Pacific?
That's that's 5 o'clock somewhere, I guess.
Yeah.
It's literally 5 o'clock here.
He says that after he got done explaining to us he can't drink beer after 2 p.m. He's like, oh, yeah.
His body actually knows where he is at all times, so it aligns it with the time zone. It's fine.
Yeah, you got to link up with Shannon if you can while you're out there too. She's in LA. So.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
All right. What about you, Ryan? What are you doing?
Dude, I'm just working. I like. While we have unlimited PTO at work, you know, that comes with somewhat of guards. So with that being said, I'm just like taking off like 1 day a month to give myself a long weekend through the year. So besides CYC, because of my upcoming move early next year, like I'm just like trying to bank, so to speak. So regardless, I'll just be working away. I think I'm off either the July 3rd or the 6th following the 4th. So like, yeah, just doing lots of good stuff at work. I just pushed some personal website updates, trying to get back on the boat with that. And yeah, man, we're just existing.
I love it. I don't know
Yeah.
what I'm doing the rest of the week. What's today? Thursday? I mean,
It
we
is
only have
Thursday
one
already.
day left.
Yeah,
I have
dude,
to-
exactly.
I got to take my daughter. I'm the cheerleading tumbling carpool tonight. So I have to take 3 teenage girls to cheer, which is always an experience. Let's see. I did finally start working on my slides for my talk at CYC, which I'm pretty excited about.
Nice.
I'll send them to you guys when I'm done. That's also why I was posting and getting some data from people, because I have a bunch of like quotes from people that I'm using in it. And then this weekend, I don't know. It kind of depends on what the weather is going to be like. It's been raining so much here recently.
Yeah, we had that too.
Which isn't bad because we haven't really had to run the air. So it keeps it relatively cool, but it also limits what we can do outside. And I feel like I had told my wife earlier I was going to do something Sunday and I already forgot. So who the fuck knows? But yeah, mostly chill. Like I put in a ton of time sitting here at the computer during the week. Just, you guys know how it is. So on the weekends, I read and chill.
Nice.
About halfway through book 4 right now, so I'm hoping to finish book 4 this week. I got all the rest of them too.
Dude, I can't believe how quickly you were. Oh, nice, dude. Sick.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm flying through them.
How many books are in the series?
8.
Holy
the
shit!
The 8th just one.
Yeah.
Came out.
Oh,
the
feels like Game of
just
Thrones all over again.
Pretty much. It's a different kind of nerd, though.
No, in terms of like, I only started watching that when season 6 came out. So,
right on.
Yeah. I had to play
Nice.
catch up.
Yes, Matt. I know. I still have this book I have to send you. He texted me his address like months ago at this point. I'm so bad. You know what? That's actually what I'm going to do right now. I have a call at 2:00. I have a post office right down the road. I'm going to go ship this book because I do have something else I have to mail. So it has been almost a year. I know. Thank you for reminding me. I appreciate it.
I'm trying to see. I just wanted to see. We talked about sending beer money before. Jason, you and I have a history of sending into each other $14.
Where did we come up with that number? You know what I think?
I think you sent it to me once. It was like what you had in your wallet.
Yeah. But in all honesty, though, I feel like I have paid $12 to $13 for a beer in New York City before. So I think in my head too, like that was just a number that made sense. So
it's hilarious.
Sick.
It's up to me now. It's in my wallet, so I'll have to send it back to you for something.
And then we'll all just send it to Danny.
Yes, there it is. Danny finally gets his goods.
All right. Cool. Well, I think that I think there's a workshop happening over in the Torque Discord with Databricks. If anybody's interested, you can head over to the Torque Discord. You can see all of us in all of the Discords you're associated with anyways, or online at all the wonderful social platforms you see us heckling you on. Outside of that, it was great seeing everybody. We'll be back some other time. I don't know. Bye, everybody. You guys hang on for a sec.
Yeah.